Oh, Tataru's dialogue updates if you've already done the 4 Lord quests. Neat. Your one of Peripheral's much calmer friends. Relative to what exactly? Because that's a very large spectrum.
You're trying to get the nut jobs in here, Peripheral. Oh no.
Oh no. Alfino has important news to share. Did you buy another sword at the market?
God fucking damn it, Alphagon.
Ah, green, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that Domans are coordinating the efforts with the Blue Kyojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Galleon's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman's conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangxia, so it seems that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on his hand at this critical juncture. Just another day for the Warrior of Light. According to the letter, Yotsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straightaways for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Ugh, nope, that's not the voice I was going for. He's been keeping a very careful count of his coins lately. Can you buy a cup of tea without going on about the dangers of frivolous spending? Ah, I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gotsetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, and despite his best attempts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Good gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it's high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine that you are curious to see what has become of her as well. Yes, story! We'll visit him at once. Green, Alice, shall we?
We will hopefully make it to the next expansion.
Most likely not, but we'll try.
Well, we're in post-story, so it can't be that long, right?
It depends. Some of them can be very long.
Open wide now.
What is chat plotting?
Please, Tsuyu.
Ooh.
I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself.
It's just an anime moment all over again.
I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
Sir, it's called porridge.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Same thing.
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
I know I could actually go for some dried persimmons.
A persimmon.
Yeah, I don't like persimmons,
Nay,
but
pay
dried
me no
persimmons
mind.
are really
I am
good.
full. Besides, we have guests.
Raw persimmons are only good if they're actually ripe, and if they're only the round kind, not the triangle kind. Screw the
There's
triangle kind.
triangles?
I hope we are not
Like,
interrupting.
the ones with the
Triangles?
pointed ends.
We had heard you were confined
I
to
know
bed
there
and
was
thought
such
you
a
might
thing.
welcome some visitors.
They're terrible if they're not if they're unripe. Ugh.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Oh.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Judgmental looks from everyone.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
It looks like Peripheral's right. It is. We are about halfway through the post content.
Is something
Yay.
wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
I'll take that into advice. Not reading is one of my best skills. It's also the easiest skill.
That's frustrating. I like seeing how far I've progressed through, patches and stuff.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think them a doting grandsire and her model grandchild.
I guess he is from Alabama.
What?
They definitely
No,
are.
please, don't elaborate the joke, please. Ugh. Indeed,
Yeah.
had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gotetsu has not lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gotetsu is an old man, with the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted discrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains. He will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given all his aid, all for Legion land, and we will ask for no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. This is no pretense. Oh, it's Yukiri. Hello, Yukiri. Yukiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray a charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami, a child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Hey, welcome to the stream, Luns. Understandably, she has good as fastened the chains around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose in the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Guardians are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We'll meet you at the docks with Tsuyu.
Thank you for the offer, Bob. Just wanted to let him finish with the narration. That said, it's not quite the same as being able to visualize it.
So what?
Rob was offering if we wanted to know how far we are at any point in time in the story. As they advised that we shouldn't, after Stormblood, look at these guides and such.
No, yeah, I saw that.
Supposedly very spoiler.
Yeah. Shall we wait here then? Hold here should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. Oh jeez, just when everything was about to go okay. What? But the Guardians will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... yes! Yes, my lord. Now that you mention, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of a hat, but I remember taking a hand to help her onto the boat. White as new fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No, no. I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. So it seems that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Mommy, help me. No good can come of this. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but it can't help us if someone catches a clearer view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We are at your service, Lord Yen, now as before. Let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know that what we have learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alfinode, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminis. Green, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. Oh god, Namazu voices. Cyan's theme. I forget who Cyan is.
Hey, Safika.
I'm not familiar with much of the other Final Fantasy entries. If everyone is in agreement, let us aboard the skiff, and hope the kami smile upon our efforts. Ah, God, I gotta do these voices.
Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes, yes. If there is something you care to know, you need only... A pale-skinned woman? I haven't seen no such travelers, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. unusually pale skin? Yes, yes. I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her.
What are you doing there, Kier? Do you need help?
I was just doing a hunt while waiting.
Yeah, okay. You see no sign of Yotsuyu to the north. Perhaps she's somewhere farther off to the northeast. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she's yet farther to the northeast. Yotsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking, wide-brimmed hat. A cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yotsuyu was wearing when you find her in Sakazuki. Great. For you ask how such a Kusakari and his surroundings has yielded exactly naught. Saved his chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alice has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Yuzuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Well, I found his bamboo hat. That's it. Towards Namai! By the kami, if the villagers recognize it, it will not end well. You must hurry. Yugi and I want to check the patties. The village square is yours. I blame Gotsetsu for wanting persimmons.
Well, let's see if that's the case.
It's the logical explanation.
If I point something out, 90% chance it's from Final Fantasy VI.
Yes.
The other 10% of the time, it's a cousin
Greetings.
just plain
Might I
ridiculous.
have one of your...
Yeah, I already
Wait.
read over that.
Please!
Oh, sorry.
I only wanted a persimmon.
Persimmon. Oh, this is not gonna end well. Come on, Warrior of Light, step in already.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I... What did I do?
You do not want to know the answer to that.
No!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to
The
fear.
Warrior of the Light stands on the horizon, useful as always.
Yep.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then... It's all true. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Sitting there and kneeling with a persimmon.
I don't think that would have been a good time to get up anyway.
No, but just the position's hilarious.
That would have been better avoided. But at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gotsetsu's which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Persimmon. I'm not gonna get Who says persimmon anyway?
Permission.
Ha! And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gotsetsu find the taste to his liking. Well, we are certainly taking the long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminis and on meeting with the ambassador. Alfinote and Alice should still be there, conducting their search. It seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. It's time to meet with the ambassador. Let's hope everything goes well. No, it's not. Nothing's gonna go well. It's Final Fantasy. Everything's gonna go wrong.
Well, the Tsuyu thing turned out to be fine.
What turned out to be fine?
The Tsuyu thing. Because he didn't do anything.
For now.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the selfsame spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Wait, that wasn't part of the deal. He's altering the deal. Ugh. Villains. Oh god. Oh, I know where this is going. Oh no.
Ah, Tsuyu. You look, well.
God damn it. Why do the villains always have to be predictably evil?
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma.
Oh, Jesus.
I knew I had a reason I didn't like this guy the 5 seconds I met him.
Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Christ, can people just not leave the amnesiac alone?
But plot!
Ugh. Can't we just not get happy endings outside the end of an expansion? Please? No? No, that's not gonna happen. I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. Yeah, that is a tall order. You had that look, Alphinaud. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence. Most like... We can discuss it upon our return. We should pay a visit to Kotetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. You'll want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
You and me both, Kotetsu.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
Aye.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Again?
Gone?
What?
I
Just
beg your
recite
pardons,
one
my
over and
lords. I
over.
was certain she'd fallen
Yeah.
asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Yes, but I want to point out at this point she probably got all her memories back. Probably went out farther than just wandering.
Help! Help! Help me!
Oh, this is not going to be good, is it?
Of course not.
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Tsuyu. A font of misery. You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
No, you definitely do.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems
Yeah,
little
pretty
point in
much.
berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks, at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Tsuyu!
What?
There we go. Now they got what they deserved.
Agreed. Shame that Yotsuyo had to be like this, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have a Randy too.
Part of the collector set.
Hmm.
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Quick, he's over there. Stab him! Ugh.
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
I thought the echo showed you a specific person's memory, so how the fuck does Asahi remember that?
I think it's more of stuff that happened to the person in the past. I'm not exactly sure how it works either.
But then it happens that Asahi, the part of his kids.
Please. I don't want to die.
I guess he was alive enough to remember all that happening.
Any sign of her?
Not alive
What
enough to
happened here?
inject.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing.
I mean, to be fair,
You
there.
say she left with her brother?
Oh, sorry for forgetting what stuff that you had. Yeah.
To be fair, what?
I was gonna say, his parents' lives aren't really worth all that much.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
I agree, Alice. He is a vile little worm.
Yeah.
We have recovered the Naoris remains, and we'll hold a cremation soon. But that they would never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gotsetsu myself. He was quiet. I think at best he'd be allowed some time alone with his thoughts.